the Road Traffic Act. Section 25, grant or refusal and duration of driver's license. Subsection 1. The authority may, subject to Section 26, on considering an application for a driver's license under Section 21, or an application for the renewal of a driver's license under Section 30, grant a driver's license in one of the classes specified in Section 2, Subsection 2. Subsection 2. Subject to Section 30, a driver's license granted under Subsection 1 shall A. remain in force for a period of 5 years. So it expires after 5 years. And B. be subject to the prescribed terms and conditions. Section 26. Prerequisite to the grant of driver's license. Subsection 1. The authority shall not grant a driver's license to the applicant unless the applicant has obtained from the authority a certificate of competence certifying that the applicant A. has immediately prior to the application been the holder of a learner's permit for at least 6 months. B. is able to read and write and identify road signs and symbols that are associated with the road code. C. has paid the prescribed fees. D. subject to subsection 2, has successfully passed the driver's license test administered by the authority. E. is at least 17 and 1/2 years of age. So could have got the learner's permit at 17, but would have had to hold that learner's permit for at least 6 months. So 7 years and 1/2, that's 7 years and 6 months, years of age. An age of at least 7 years and 6 months. F. has produced to the authority a prescribed certificate from a justice of the peace, an officer of the constabulary force, a minister of religion, an attorney at law, a councillor, or a member of a municipal corporation, town council, city council, or principal of a school in the area in which the applicant resides, certifying the identity and residential address of the applicant. And G. during the 12 months preceding the application has not been convicted of an offense under this act. Subsection 2. The applicant shall satisfy the authority where the applicant is applying for a Class A or Class B driver's license that the applicant has submitted to the authority the medical certificate required by Section 23, subsection 1C. B. a Class C driver's license that the applicant has been the holder of a Class B driver's license for a minimum of 3 years. C. a Class C driver's license that the applicant has submitted to the authority the medical certificate for that class in the prescribed form, a medical practitioner registered under the Medical Act. I have paused just to go back to to be reminded of what these classes are, Class A, B, and C. a reference in this act to a class of driver's license or a license to drive certain vehicles means a license of one of the following classes subject to such provisions as may be specified. That is to say, A. Class A driver's license, which entitles the holder thereof to drive motorcycle. B. Class B driver's license, which entitles the holder thereof to drive, not for reward, trucks, motor cars, not being public passenger motor vehicles or commercial motor vehicles, and vehicles specifically modified for persons with a prescribed physical disability. So Class B is really trucks and motor cars, but not commercially, as well as a vehicle modified for somebody with a disability. And Class C, driver's license, which entitles the holder thereof to drive, whether for reward or otherwise, such categories of motor vehicles as may be prescribed and specified in the license. So that includes public passenger vehicle for Class C. Okay, we're back to where we were before. So since the applicant shall satisfy the authority where the applicant is applying for a Class A or Class B, that means motorcycle or private vehicles, that the applicant has submitted to the authority the medical certificate required. For Class C driver's license, that the applicant has been the holder of a Class B driver's license for a minimum of 3 years. So if you're applying for public passenger vehicles, then you must have had for a license to drive public passenger vehicles or motor vehicle for reward, otherwise commercial vehicles, registered vehicles. Then you must have had your previous license for at least 3 years. And Class C driver's license, that the applicant has submitted to the authority the medical certificate for that class in the prescribed form from a medical practitioner registered under the Medical Act. 3. Subsection 3. The authority may, as a prerequisite to the grant of a permit or driver's license, A. exempt persons of any category of persons from any written test prescribed under this act, or B. require a person to pass the prescribed test. Section 27. Conditions of driver's license. Subsection 1. The holder of a driver's license shall comply with such terms and conditions as may be prescribed. Subsection 2. Where a driver's license is granted under Section 25, the holder shall, in addition to the terms and conditions prescribed under subsection 1, comply with the following terms and conditions during the first 12 months of the grant of the license, namely, A. The breath alcohol concentration of the holder shall not exceed 0.01% while driving. So that's 0.01%, 1 in 10,000. B. The holder shall not drive in excess of 80 kilometers per hour on any road. C. The holder shall not drive a motor vehicle carrying either passengers or goods for reward. Three. The holder of a driver's license who contravenes subsection 1 or 2 commits an offense. We will look at section 28 in our next video.